We found it. We found it. It really looks like we have found the smoking gun. The whole reason why Biden brought home classified documents. It explains everything. And it's going to shock you. Miranda Devine of the New York Post is taking a relentless investigative reporting to a whole new level, exposing bombshell new information on what Biden was really doing with the stashed documents. We all found out, of course, that a fifth tranche of documents was discovered last Friday in Biden's Wilmington home, just 20 minutes away from where I am, bringing the total now to 30 classified documents, 30 documents that Biden illegally removed from secure locations while vice president as well as senator. But now Miranda Devine appears to have uncovered, at least in part, what Biden was doing with those documents. And what's so awesome here is we're seeing how the Mar-a-Lago scandal overlaps perfectly with the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. Remember, Miranda Devine is the one who originally broke the story on Hunter Biden's laptop, the story that big tech, in collusion with the FBI, censored and suppressed. But now, of course, the laptop from hell continues to haunt and possess the news. There's no getting away from it. That's the problem with truth. It always has a way of winning in the end. Well, Miranda Devine went back to the emails on Hunter's laptop and discovered a very interesting email written around the time Hunter would have had access to the classified documents that were scattered all over their Wilmington home, including, of course, the garage. And here's what she found. This is a screenshot of a very strange email. It's dated April 13th, 2014, a week before Joe Biden visited Ukraine to meet with the prime minister there at the time. Now, if I recall, that's just a puppet prime minister that figures like Victoria Nuland at the U.S. State Department set up after the Maidan Revolution, right? That was itself orchestrated by the John Bolton types in the deep state. What Miranda found was frankly baffling. This Hunter Biden email consists of 22 points outlining the Ukrainian political situation with extraordinary, detailed information about the upcoming election there and predicting an escalation of a Russian destabilization campaign. It lists out concerns about how such would affect the UK and the sanctions that the US was most likely going to levy against Russia. When compared with Hunter's other emails, there's simply no other correspondence like this. It's wholly unique. It reads just like an intelligence report, replete with extraordinary strategic detail. Here's Miranda on Tucker Carlson last night.
So you've read the entire laptop. You wrote a book about it. You clearly remember this document. Tell us how different this is, this email, from everything else you saw on the laptop.
Hi, Tucker. Look, this email is like nothing else that Hunter has written in the entire 9 years covered by the laptop. It is extremely long, 1,300 words. It's very detailed, very well informed, well written. It reads like an official document, even it reads like a classified document. There's information in there that's not readily available. He sounds very knowledgeable and very breezy about it. And you have to remember that this is at a time, a month before he joined the Burisma board. He needed money desperately and to feed his drug habit, and they were going to pay him $83,000 a month to do not very much. And obviously they were paying for his proximity to his father, and he was showing, as he never did again, his value to them. And of course, having access to classified information would make his price much higher. So that's sort of the motive for it. The other thing about it is that it's very easy, I think, for the special counsel, Robert Hur, to immediately just clear up whether or not Hunter had access to classified information by just cross-matching that email and other information on the laptop with the information in those classified documents that have been discovered at 5 different locations in Joe Biden's home and his office at the University of Pennsylvania. It should be pretty clear. We know a bare minimum about those classified documents, but what we do know is that they pertained to, at least the first tranche, to Ukraine, to the United Kingdom, and to Iran. Now, this particular email talks about Ukraine and the United Kingdom. So it's kind of a guess at this point, but it's a pretty obvious connection. And I think this is a perfect synergy for the special counsel looking into Joe Biden to connect with the US attorney in Delaware who's investigating Hunter Biden.
I have some big news I'm sharing with my audience at the end of the month, but I can only share it with those of you who are on my email list. If you're sick and tired of woke news and ready to get a daily dose of conservative optimism that goes way beyond just my daily updates, you will not want to miss this news. It's absolutely amazing. So before you do anything else, click on that link below and sign up into my email list to learn more about this awesome update. Plus, as an email subscriber, we're never going to lose touch with each other. You know, as conservatives are getting silenced by big tech like never before, being a part of my email newsletter guarantees we'll always stay connected with each other. So don't wait. Click on that link. Sign up on my email list, and I can't wait to share the big news with you at the end of the month. So there you could see the very harrowing situation that's arising from this ongoing discovery of documents and how it relates to Hunter's laptop. The working thesis here is that Hunter accessed the classified documents and shared that classified intelligence with the executives over at Burisma, which was, of course, the corrupt Ukrainian energy company that he sat on the board on, so that they would end up placing Hunter on their board and pay him $1 million a year for basically doing nothing, just being an asset. So then the question is whether Joe knew that. How much did Joe know that that was going on? Did Joe intentionally bring back those documents to help Hunter land a job? Did Joe write the email? Again, it bears no resemblance to the thousands of other emails sent by Hunter, so who wrote it? Or even worse, did Joe help funnel the money into Ukraine that would end up in Hunter's wallet?
This was a week before Joe Biden went to Ukraine, armed with millions of dollars in energy aid for the Ukrainian energy industry. And Hunter was angling to get on the board of a Ukrainian energy company. So, you know, what goes around comes around.
I think Miranda found the smoking gun here, gang. I think she found where this propensity to bring home classified documents converged with the laptop from hell. Joe, as vice president, visits Ukraine with all of this aid paid for by the U.S. taxpayer to supposedly help make them energy independent. All the while, one of the companies that receives that aid, again, paid for by the U.S. taxpayer, turns around and funnels it back to Biden's son to the tune of $1 million a year. Clearly, this is something that the recently appointed special counsel Robert Hur is going to have to look into, and it may end up being the very reason for both Joe and Hunter Biden's fall. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You'll definitely want to check out my latest video on Bill Maher crushing the Democrats on woke indoctrination in our schools. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on that link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.